look. The team, once known as R&B Racing, they rebranded at the beginning of 2024. And this team that engineers so many different racing programs out in Southeast Asia. They run teams in Formula Regional Middle East, in F4 Southeast Asia, in Lamborghini, Super Trofeo Asia from time to time, and certainly in China GT. This is the team that really wants a big win. This would be such a game changer for Origin Motorsport. But for 33R Harmony, this would be the clean sweep of big enduro victories in Southeast Asia. The Sepang 12 hours, plus the Shanghai 8 hours. This is so tight now. 12 minutes, and it looks like the Porsche's going to eat up the Ferrari. Can Liu Kai-shun hold on to this? They've only got 11 minutes, but the Porsche looks so quick. This is going to come down to gutsy, determined driving. This is the lap where the Porsche finally gets to challenge the Ferrari for the win. 0.4 of a second, 11 minutes to go. Into turn one. Kai-shun running wide, but gets the line back to hold the inside from the Porsche. The first big attempt for them could be the hairpin at the foot of the hill here. They get back on the power. And Liu Yi looking for his move on Liu Kai-shun. Liu versus Ye. First big defensive move from the Ferrari. Porsche's not close enough yet to really gung-ho. But you've got to time this right. The Porsche trying to outfox the Ferrari as they sweep through the left-hander. The Ferrari is good on the bends. The Porsche is good in a straight line. And they've got that really long straight coming up. That big dive into the hairpin. And yet again, these two great brands meet. Ferrari versus Porsche. They are irresistible, intertwined in motorsport folklore. And it's going down to the wire here in Shanghai. Left-hander. Back on the power, careful. Don't overcook the throttle now. You know the other driver's going to give you so much pressure. 10 minutes left. Down the back straight. And surely there's going to be the first whiff of an overtake here for Liu Yi. But I don't think he's quite going to be close enough to show it up the inside line. Liu Kai-shun holds his nerve. Will there be a big launch forward from the Porsche? Yes, there will! He goes for it, but surely he's going to overshoot. The Ferrari gets back on the inside and takes the lead back. No, you don't! What a season finale this is for the Chinese GT calendar. The championship already wrapped up, the Shanghai 8 hours with only a few laps left in it, and the battle is right on. Porsche can try again. Got to look after these tyres. The winner is going to be the one who can look after their tyres the best. The light is fading. The Ferrari is poised, but the Porsche is hungry. Back out of the hairpin section once again. Back on the power once more. Ferrari versus Porsche. 33R Harmony versus Origin. Where is the move going to come? Will it be the hairpin again? But Ferrari can be so cunning here. Liu Kai-shun can coax Liu Yi into the move. It doesn't matter that he's been able to catch up to the Ferrari. It's now the smart man that wins this race. Look at the pressure coming from Liu Yi as he puts two wheels on the gravel. Just about saves it. But this is the toughest race Liu Yi has ever had to try and keep up with this Ferrari and then make a move. Back straight coming. So much closer to the Ferrari, surely it's a foregone conclusion. But if Liu Kai-shun can inside line, he can hold him at the braking zone and keep that inside line for himself. 7.5 minutes to go. Zhou Yi in the incipient Porsche in front of them. It looks to me as though the Ferrari will hold on one lap longer. The Porsche really trying to keep Liu Kai-shun guessing in the apex. Very tight out of the turn. Could he go for a move into turn one, maybe? Liu in the final corner. Everything else is completely irrelevant at this point. It's now time for Ferrari versus Porsche. 0.4 of a second again. 7 minutes left. Turn 1. Get the radius tightened up. There's a Porsche in the way. Could this be a headache? Not enough of one. Ferrari gets away with it. So does the Porsche. This battle will not be destroyed by a back marker. But it looks like Liu Ye got a better exit than previously. This could be the chance. Liu Gaishun's got to hug that inside line on the inside. He'll try. He'll dive for the inside. The move is there. The orange Porsche gets in front. But the Ferrari slow in, but fast out. They're still door to door. And this time the origin Porsche finishes the move. They've got the lead. Much to the dismay of the team from 33R Harmony. But the Ferrari won't give up. Liu Gaishun is going to try again. Nobody's celebrating yet. This isn't over. But the Porsche's got to maximise that long end pace to get away from the 33R Harmony Ferrari. It's not over yet. Now Liu Ye becomes the hunted rather than the hunter. But is the car quick enough to get away? Or have they used their tyres? Origin are delighted. But will it last for the last 6 minutes? For the moment, it looks like it will. He's put a bit of a distance between himself and the Ferrari. But all it takes is the traffic jam that's coming up. If they get held up in the wrong part of the race circuit, then suddenly this is open again. They've actually locked up down to the hairpin. The Ferrari's not done yet. But we've got slower cars in front. 5 minutes left. The Origin Porsche has taken it. But both cars are still stretching it. Liu Ye has taken the lead of this race in the final 10 minutes. With Liu Gaishun and the Ferraris again. But the Ferrari would have had better tyres. They'll be ruining not changing the tyres at that final pit stop because the safety car would have neutralised it. Yes, they'd have lost the lead, but they'd have had fresher tyres than the Porsche. As it is, the Porsche has fresher tyres than the Ferrari. And with 3 minutes to go, it's going to be Liu Ye that has the better car. 1 second between them. 3 minutes to go, but it's not over yet. Just because they've made the move, just because they've got some space, they've still got some traffic in front of them in individual classes. The GTS Silver Am victory is going to go the way of Level Motorsport in the Mercedes number 15. The GTS win will go the way of Pointer Racing Mercedes in the GTS number 56. So even if Mercedes couldn't triumph in GT3, at least they will in GT4 in both classes. And the GTC car will come through 15th overall after only being 15 laps down from the leaders. That's not too bad given the circumstances. There is the leading GTS car in the Silver Ram category, driven by Chang Chin Shang for the Level Motorsports Mercedes team. What a conclusion though, as the light almost disappears completely here. It's getting very dark indeed, but no matter, headlights ablaze for every car as the Climax Racing team come through for what will be third on the road. A good effort from every car. There is the 56 Pointer Racing car that is leading the class in GTS in the AM category. But what a way to finish. An amazing duel. We go into the last lap. Liu Ye is only 1.3 seconds ahead of the Ferrari. It looks like they've burnt down their tyres. The Ferrari is even to it. They did so much hard work on the tyres, trying to get ahead. So now they've just got to be comfortable. There's the only GTC car in the mix. They will finish 15th overall and they'll be very happy about it, I'm sure. But the Origin Porsche, crucially, is still that couple of tenths of a second quicker, even though they burnt the tyres trying to catch them and then burnt the tyres more trying to get ahead. It will be, surely, a victory for the Origin Motorsport team on lap 198 of this Shanghai 8 hours. One less yellow flag and we would have got to the 200 mark, but no one will care tonight. For this incredible team, the number 87 Origin crew. They've had adversity, they've had penalties, they've served them, they've bounced back. And for Jumeng, Liu Hangsheng, Wan Bo, and the man at the wheel, Ye Hong Li, they never gave up. Even though they were the guilty party early on, they paid their penalty, they served their time, and they fought valiantly to catch the Ferrari and make themselves the heroes of the hour. With just 10 minutes to go, out of the final turn will come the 87 Porsche, the Origin Motorsport crew. They will now bounce back and get the job done in fine style. They get to mount the pit wall. The crew have already headed over, and it will be a victory for Porsche. Ferrari won in Malaysia. Porsche surely will win here in Shanghai. In Malaysia, it was a furry cat of Garfield on a Ferrari. Now it'll be a cuddly pink Pokemon on the pink of Porsche. Brilliant result, as it's Origin Motorsport that wins at Shanghai in the 8 hours. A magnificent race. What a battle all the way. Origin wins in the Porsche, both overall and in the GT3 Silver Am class. Ferrari is second overall for 33R Harmony, but they triumphed in GT3 Pro-Am. And in third place, in the last dying moments of the race, something has happened to change third position overall. Something's gone wrong to the climax. Oh no, it's bounced back again. There was an issue with the transponder by the look of it, but it has been corrected. The Climax Racing Audi does come home in third position, the treble 7, to win the GT3 Am class. Second in GT3 Silver Am is H30 Fortis Racing by Absolute, ahead of the 326 Racing Audi. Sadly, there is no fourth place finish. There is no third place finish for the Frankenstein Mercedes. They do not come home in third place. They have to settle for fourth. Second place, though, in the GT3 Pro-Am category is the Uno Racing team. Second place for that crew, driven by Wang Yibo, as well as his teammates, of course. So the crew that is made up of David Pun, Wang Yibo, Sergio Sette Camara, and Rio, who crosses the line for them, will come home in second place in Pro-Am. We're just waiting to see what's happened with Zhou Yiran, as they now come through in sixth position. So that is fourth place in the Silver Am category in GT3. They just missed the podium, I'm afraid, but it will do. Second place for the crew from Ferrari in the 33R Harmony Racing team, but they still win their class. What an amazing battle it was, right the way down to those last few laps. The Shanghai 8 hours gives us an absolute sizzler right to the end. Now you're probably wondering, why are the cars intentionally running off the racing line there? Why are they going onto the grass, and why are they going onto the gravel? Well, that is to add some stones to the wheels, because it adds weight to the car when they are weighed post-race. Here's the winning move from Liu Ye on Liu Kaishun. The first one didn't work. They put the Ferrari up against the ropes, though. From that moment on, they knew their days were numbered. Here's the onboard again. Smart from the Ferrari. Let the Porsche overshoot and take the lead back again. That was very scary for the race leader. So just wait. Just take a little bit more time. Look at the emotions in the Origin Porsche crew as they take the lead and then lose it again. Ferrari claiming the lead back. Then comes the winning move. What a charge from Liu Ye on the inside line of the Ferrari. And the emotions back in the garage. Down. The Shanghai 8 hours gave us in 2025. Last year, it was rain all the way. This year, we had so much fun in the sun. And now, of course, come the celebrations, and there are going to be plenty of them. We've got so many podiums to talk about here, because we'll have the overall podium, We'll have the GT3 Silver Am, the GT3 Pro Am, the GT3 Am, the GTS Silver Am, the GTS, the GTC, and we might get the TCR podium after all. I don't know. They only completed 13 laps, so I don't know if there will be a TCR trophy to give them at all, but maybe there might be. It's China. We like to celebrate our victors in all circumstances. Back in March, it was a Garfield on a Ferrari that took the victory. Now it's a Jigglypuff on a Porsche. The fans are ecstatic that they not only got treated to their superstar drivers, Wang Yibo, Zhou, Yan, and Pang Hongchun, but they were also treated to an absolutely mesmerizing showdown at the very end of an incredible 8-hour sports car race. The fans get their glimpse of Wang Yibo, so they're happy. But motorsport fans rejoiced because the Shanghai 8 hours really took us down to the wire. What a tremendous end. A stunning, stunning drive from both crews. They both win because they win their individual classes. But what a thriller, right to the wire. As Origin Motorsport triumph in the Shanghai 8 hours of 2025. Congratulations to the 4 drivers who put on such an amazing show. And there is the team that finished 3rd overall. The winners in GT3 AM. The Climax Racing Audi, 3rd overall, but they won their class. And that's what it means to them too. The party can begin here at Shanghai. And there is a very proud Li Dongsheng to the left, celebrating with his son. Absolutely wonderful scenes here. There is the Garfield Ferrari. I'm sure they'll be so disappointed. But they take the victory in Pro-Am at both the big Southeast Asian Endurance Classics, the Sepang 12-hour and the Shanghai 8-hour. But they came so close to making it 2 overall wins back-to-back. They lost the win by just 2.2 seconds after 199 laps and 8 hours. That's tough to take. But a fabulous result and a fabulous battle to the very end of the race there as the Origin Motorsport team finally get their victory. They'll have a chat, no doubt, to Chloe Yang very shortly. But what a result. Origin versus 33R Harmony. Porsche versus Ferrari, down to the wire. And on this occasion, it's a victory for Porsche over Ferrari. So let's have a word with the winning team, Origin Motorsport in the Porsche, with Jigglypuff on the bonnet, and we'll head down to the grid to have a chat with Chloe Yang.
Now the racer stand beside me is actually the championship who just won the game just now, and they're from Origin Motorsport number 87. 那么现在站在我身边的呢，就是来自 Origin Motorsport 的刚刚拿下上海8小时耐力赛冠军的4位车手，可以分享一下今天的比赛吗？
非常荣幸，我们第3次获得了这场比赛，然后我们赛前再一次又没有预料到我们会赢，主要是感谢我的队友，他太快了，所以给我的时候就第一了。最后呢，我们策略有一点点小失误，但是好在我工程师给我换了1支轮胎，所以我们有一点点优势可能，然后我们顺利完成超越。
Okay, the racer just mentioned that because it's actually a teamwork stuff and they really have a great cooperation, so he actually thanks to all the teammates. And also I need to say congratulations to for all of you that you also gained 第3次这个冠军呢，在这次这个比赛中，非常的恭喜你们蝉联这次冠军。那么呢，有没有什么对于未来的一个期望呢？
如果说未来的期望，那就是年底的亚洲勒芒吧。对，就是这也是个耐力赛，是世界级别的耐力赛。然后我们车队会第2年参加这场比赛，我6还有一个德国的保时捷的长队车手。那我们会再次挑战这个应该是全世界最顶级的耐力赛。
多多支持，
希望我们可以有好成绩。
好的，好的，我也把最好的祝愿送给你们，再次恭喜你们，希望你们这个年底的比赛一切顺利，好吗？加油 ！Wish you all good luck. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chloe. The team that really had their back against the wall here to try and fight their way back into supremacy after this. They didn't let the penalties get to them. They dug deep, they found a way back, and they put on a sensational job. Excellent performance from the crew from Origin Motorsport Porsche. And the dynamic combo of the amazing drivers they put together for this one. Liu Ye, Bob Yuan, Liu Hangchen, and Jason Gu coming through to take the victory in fantastic fashion. You can hear the fans already going bananas for Wang Yibo, Zhou Yan, and the rest. And it's second position for Wang Yibo on his debut. Not a bad run for him in endurance battles. He's done only sprint races prior to this. And they can be very proud with the way their race ended up. It's not quite Zhou Yiran's debut in endurance. He did the Abu Dhabi 6 hour earlier this year. Back down to the pit lane for the crew in second place with Chloe Yang.
The racers stand beside me are also won a really good result in the competition just now, and they're from 33R Harmony Racing, number 33. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you if you can share the competition just now. 你们可以分享一下今天的比赛吗？
They let time slip where it all came away. Would they have beaten the Porsche if they had changed tyres at the last pit stop as well as put a splash dash of fuel in? Would they have lost too much time to come back with the final safety car? They'll go at it over and over and over again. But the best team won. It has to be said, after such a close run race, 33R Harmony will come back for more in 2026 for sure. And there will be even more battles to come. Hypercardiac wants to know what race I'm doing next. Well, this weekend I've got Super Formula duties for Motorsport TV and F4 Saudi as well. We'll talk about that later.
The racers stand
Here's
beside
Climax
me.
Racing.
It's actually, the team also won a really good result in the Just Now competition, and they're from
Forgetting the word with all the drivers. She'll get her interview. She won't back down from it. Too right. A big congratulations, by the way, to Nick Zhang, Chloe Young, and to Kelly Dung, who have been an integral part of the broadcasting team to keep you up to date with everything going on at the beginning of the race, in the middle of the race, and during the race itself with the pit stops, and of course post-race as well. We've heard from the top three teams. Now all we need is the race result. It's all provisional, of course, but the Origin Motorsport team get the win by, look at that, 2.2 seconds after 8 hours over the 33R Harmony team. Climax Racing come third, and all three of those cars are class winners. HZ040s by Absolute are fourth, ahead of 326 Racing and the Frankenstein Mercedes, just missing out on a GT3 Silver and podium. 610 Racing, Gaha Racing, the Uno Racing team bounced back to ninth in front of the incipient Porsche, number 51. That's incipient. Audi, number 51, I should say, sorry. Class winners from Level Motorsport in 12th, as well as for Pointer Racing in 13th, 68 laps. Elias Seppänen parked out on lap 113 for them in the last half an hour. The Mogan Team Track Day King car for Mercedes only lasted 79 laps longer than their TCR counterpart. And the Z-Speed BMW car retired after 69 laps. So what an amazing event the Shanghai 8 Hours gave us here in 2025. The Mid-Autumn Festival promising a special holiday event. Midweek motorsport, that'll do for us. Tuesday qualifying gave us the very exciting battle, and Wednesday delivered in Spain from the beginning of the day to the end of the evening. 8 hours of non-stop motorsport, magic from lights out to checkered flag. The battles were intense right from the outset as the Uno Racing car took the lead early doors. The spin from the Oktober Absolute Audi was the first of the big moments in the closing days of the hour. Problems for the 37 win here Harmony right from the outset, but there was contact and melee galore as car after car picked up the piece and hit trouble as they battled relentlessly for supremacy. But one car made itself very strong and prominent throughout in each of the GT3 classes. In GT3 AM, the Climax Racing team kept themselves in the hunt with very careful, considerate driving, as many teams fell by the wayside. The 33R Harmony team plugged on in the Ferrari, only really coming good until the final 2 hours. And the Origin Motorsport Porsche, no matter what was thrown at it, including their own mistakes, managed to fight their way back into a triumphant victory. But many teams hit trouble through the course of the race. Frankenstein Mercedes didn't colour themselves in glory for most of it. Shi Wei upheld the female honours for Aston Martin, despite their difficulties. An amazing comeback from the Uno Racing team, who dropped as far as 19th at one stage, working their way back to P9. Problems for the ZP BMW that threatened to take the win from pole position. Climax Mercedes blundered to a halt in the last half an hour. There were comebacks galore, there were amazing battles, concluding in the most amazing dogfight between Porsche and Ferrari, with Leo Ye of Origin managing to triumph after one failed move and one perfect one on Liu Kaishun in the Ferrari. Intimidation, teamwork, cooperation and sheer speed to give us a nail-biting climax to an amazing Mid-Autumn Festival bout. So for the victory, it's Leo Ye and the Origin Motorsport crew at the end of an amazing charge. They win GT3 Silver Am. Pro-Am goes to the 33R Harmony Ferrari. And the Am category for Climax Racing. What a great battle. 8 hours, and the gap only down to 2.2.
女士们、先生们，现在即将进行的是2025上海8小时耐力赛颁奖仪式。首先，让我们邀请获得全场冠亚季军的车手登台。获得全场季军的车组是777号，来自 Climax Racing 李东升、李东辉、周丽媛、吕薇。
And so for the
获
overall
得全
podium,
场亚军的车组是33号车组，来自332 Harmony Racing Jason 洛、张雅琪、廖启顺、陈维安。
second position, of course,
获
for the
得全
33R
场
Harmony
冠
Racing
军的车
Ferrari,
组是
missing out on the win by
87号
just
车
over 2
组
seconds.
Origin Motorsport 刘航程、袁波、顾猛、叶红丽。
But the winning team,
获
Origin
得全场
Motorsport
冠
in
军
the
车队
Porsche
的是
911
Origin
GT3R.
Motorsport。
What a race battle.
接下来有请上海九市国际体育中心有限公司董事长卢岭为获奖车手及车队颁发奖项。
And so the trophies will be presented to each of the individual teams. Climax Racing in overall third position. Second overall for the 33R Harmony Ferrari team. And a brilliant victory at the top of the rostrum for the Origin Motorsport Porsche team. What a sensational race it was all the way to the victory. All three of these teams have won their individual classes, and there will be class podiums for them as well. Stick around, particularly if you're a fan of a certain Chinese actor turned racing driver, because he will be picking up silverware for his team coming home second in the ranks. But of the overall podium, an amazing battle. And can you believe that after 8 hours, all three cars were separated by less than 30 seconds?
有请颁奖嘉宾与获奖车手合影留念。
And so our three teams will celebrate in style. And after an amazing Mid-Autumn Festival, 8 hours of the Shanghai International Circuit, our three teams from Origin Motorsport, 33R Harmony Racing, and Climax Racing for three completely different
感谢我们的
manufacturers as
颁
well.
奖嘉宾。
Porsche, Ferrari,
接下来
and
是
Audi
香槟时刻。
will celebrate in the time-honored tradition as the teams get busy with the busy here in Shanghai. A wonderful end to a fantastic battle in the Shanghai 8 hours, as all three crews will get to celebrate a win in their individual classes. And what a way to celebrate the Mid-Autumn Festival with a midweek thriller here at Shanghai in the GT3 category. An amazing showdown. We'll stick around because there are individual class podiums now. And we'll get to see Wang Yibo take his first ever endurance podium. So that is the overall race victory. Now we will go to the next of our class podiums. And I do believe that's going to be the GT3 Pro-Am. That's where we'll see in third place, Win Here Harmony Racing. Second place, Uno Racing Team. And the victory, the 33R Harmony Racing. And listen to that crowd. They know exactly what they want, and they're going to get it.
女士们、先生们，现在进行的是2025上海8小时耐力赛 GT3 Pro AM 组别颁奖仪式。让我们邀请获得 GT3 PA 组别冠亚季军的车手登台。获得 GT3 PA 组别季军的车组是37号 Win Here Harmony Racing 邓毅、罗开罗、李涵宇。获得 GT3 PA 组别亚军车组85号 Uno Racing Team 潘君林、王一博、Rio Camara。获得 GT3 PA 组别冠军的是33号33R Harmony Racing Jason Law 张雅琪、廖启顺、陈维安。
The whole of Shanghai stops for Wang Yibo's first podium in GT3 racing in endurance.
接下来有请
But it's
颁
the
奖
victory
嘉
for the
宾。
33R
上
Harmony
海九世
Ferrari
国际
in
体
the
育中
Pro-Am
心有
category.
限公司
Second
总经理
overall.
王磊为获奖车手颁发奖项。
So all of the drivers congratulate all of the competitors on the podium with them. 2 Audis and a Ferrari. Not a bad 8 hours in GT3 Pro-Am. Commiserations to the BMW team, who were in the hunt for the victory right until that final hour and a half. But there is the moment all the fans have been waiting for as Wang Yibo and his teammates take their first ever Pro-Am podium as a team in GT3. But the winning team, deservedly so, the Garfield Ferrari of the 33R Harmony Racing Team. What a great battle it was.
有请颁奖嘉宾与获奖车手合影留念。
And so after 8 hours of fantastic motorsport between these 3 crews, that is the GT3 Pro-Am class podium. The cars finishing 2nd, 9th and 11th
好，感谢
overall.
我们的颁奖嘉宾。接下来是香槟时刻。
And now they get to celebrate in time-honored tradition as all of the competitors in the GT3 Pro-Am running of the Shanghai 8 Hours get busy with the busy. Listen to that noise. It's astonishing, isn't it? He could be made the King of China right here tonight. But of course, we will move on to the GT3 Silver Am category. That will see 326 Racing, HZO Fortis by Absolute, and the overall winners, Origin in the Porsche.
女士们、先生们，现在进行的是2025上海8小时耐力赛 GT3 SA 组别的颁奖仪式。让我们邀请获得 GT3 SA 组别冠亚季军车手登台。获得 GT3 SA 组别季军的车组50号326 Racing Team 吴怡帆、刘子晨、徐哲宇、于快。 获得 GT3 SA 组别亚军的是5号 HZO Fortis Racing but Absolute Racing Hazik O Aaron Lin Akash Nandi。获得 GT3 SA 组别冠军的车组87号 Origin Motorsport 刘航程、袁波、顾猛、叶红丽。
So welcome back to the podium, the
恭
Origin
喜！
Motorsport crew
接
who
下
took
来
the
有
overall
请
victory.
颁奖嘉宾，上海市汽车摩托车运动协会常务副会长林国平为获奖车手颁发奖项。
And of course, they share the podium in the GT3 Silver AM category with the 326 Racing team in their Audi R8 LMS, the HZO Fortis Racing team by Absolute Racing, the Malaysian team coming through for second position in class. They can be so happy. By the way, did you see that skyline over Shanghai? Pink sky at
获
night.
得 GT3
Racing
AM 组
delight.
别冠军的是777号 Climax Racing 李东升、李东辉、周丽媛、吕薇。
And back to the podium comes
恭
Climax
喜获
Racing.
奖车手！接下来有请颁奖嘉宾，上海九世国际体育中心有限公司工会主席吴毅峰为获奖车手颁发奖项。
And so to the top step of the GT3 AM podium for Climax Racing, second for the 610 Racing Porsche squad, and third for the Gaha Racing BMW M4 GT3 quartet. A fabulous battle across the three major German manufacturers in this race, and a wonderful end to the 2025 Chinese GT sports car season. Now all they've got to do is prepare for 2026.
有请颁奖嘉
Three
宾
podium
与获
ceremonies,
奖车手合
potentially
影留
four
念。
still to come.
好，感谢我们的颁奖嘉宾。接下来是香槟时刻。
Reminder that the 2026 season kicks off at the Shanghai International Circuit on the 17th to the 19th of April 2026, with races to be held at Zhou on the V1 Tianjin International and in November next year at Sepang in Malaysia.
女士们、
2026
先生
is gonna
们
be，
现
a
在
very
进
busy
行的是2025上海8小时耐力赛 GTS SA 组别的颁奖仪式。让我们邀请获得 GTS SA 组别冠亚季军的车手登台。获得 GTS SA 组别季军的是168号 Gaha Racing 梁家彤、陈书港、王晨、陈小科。 获得
And so to the
GTS
rostrum
SA 组别
come the
亚军的
GTS
是
Silver AM
53
category
号
trio.
中宝宝马 Zenith Racing 李宗林、李宁、贺泽玉、李俊。
And this podium will consist of two BMWs and a Mercedes. Gaha
获
Racing,
得 GTS
Zenith Racing,
SA 组
and the
别
winners,
冠军的
Level
车组是
Motorsport.
15号 Level Motorsport 陈君华、刘维志、张千上。
So
恭
great to
喜！
see everybody
接下
making
来
their
有
way
请
to the
颁奖
rostrum
嘉宾。
in the GT3
上海
AM
九世国际
category.
体育中心有
in
限
the
公司
GTS
运营
Silver
总
AM
监
category, my
黄
apologies.
宁为获奖车手颁发奖项。
And so we set the
上海
social
8
media
小
page,
时耐力赛
Shanghai 8
GTS
hours.
AM 组
Like
别
it,
的
subscribe
颁
to
奖仪
it.
式。
You'll get
让我
next
们邀
year's
请
event
获
all
得
wrapped up and
GTS
ready.
AM 冠亚季军的车手登场。获得 GTS AM 组别季军的是718号 Ultimate Racing 杨春雷、张文燕、张邦贵、王浩浩。
Ultimate Racing, third position in the
获
GTS
得
AM category.
GTS AM 组别亚军的是650号 Inspiring Racing 吴振龙、车少一、朱金武、何博峰。
Second place for Incipient Racing.
获得 GTS AM 组别冠军的是56号 Pointer Racing 黄辉、黄伟波、卢军杰。
And And the incredible team from Pointer Racing to come through and take the victory in the GTS AM category. After their race-long battle with
恭
Incipient,
喜
they
获
only
奖
beat
车
them over the
手
line
接下来有
by a
请
single
颁奖嘉宾
second.
上海情愫赛事策划有限公司 CEO 邓大为为获奖车手颁发奖项。
And there is Davide De Gobbi, the man behind Top Speed Promotions that put this race on, as well as assisting with the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Asia Championship, and of course organising and running the China GT Championship, the Formula Regional Middle East Championship, the F4 Middle East Championship, and the F4 Southeast Asia Championship. Top Speed put on so many great races over the year. Their next big category, of course, is the F4 UAE Trophy that will top and tail the motorsport season a week and
现
better
在进
than
行的
ever.
是2025上海8小时耐力赛 GTC 组别颁奖仪式，让我们邀请获得 GTC 组别冠军的车组99号610 Racing 王嘉浩、甘尔夫、张猛、刘超。
And so for the GTC competitors, 610 Racing, they finished off in
恭喜获
16th
奖
position
车手
overall.，
接下来有请
But of course,
颁奖嘉宾
they win
保
their
时捷
category
体验
as
总
the
监
only
张福
GTC
林
car
为
in the
获奖
race.
车手颁发奖项。
They will once again move the coverage of the Shanghai 8 Hours 2025. A fantastic race battle. If you want to keep up to date with what's going on in China GT and for the Shanghai 8 Hours in 2025, all you need to do is follow the social media pages Shanghai 8 Hours and China GT Championship. We'll do it all again next year. We've got the Sepang 12 Hours in Malaysia, the Shanghai 8 Hours in the Mid-Autumn Week Festival next year, of course, again, and a 5-round calendar for 2026 that will take us to Shanghai, Zhuhai, D1 Tianjin, Shanghai again, and Sepang in November. The biggest season yet of China GT will be in 2026. A massive thank you to Nick Shang, Kenny Dung, Corey Yang, and the entire Race Phoenix DN team for all their great work. The marshals around the course who were sensational as well. To all of the team from Top Speed Race Promotion who gave us a magnificent race battle. I'll be back in action this weekend for the F4 Saudi Arabian Championship and Bahrain International, and of course on Motorsport.